The great thing about the course at the Centre for Textile Conservation is that it gives everybody a really good grounding in the basics of how to treat textiles, how to care for them in the bigger picture, and also how to display them and work with lots of different people who are involved with textiles. So it doesn't just teach you about the practicalities of it, but it does look at the bigger picture with professional development as well.
So I was very fortunate that after my time training in textile conservation, I was offered a job at the British Museum. I work in the Organic Materials Conservation Studio, and there, as a textile conservator, you're not just working on textiles, but you need to transfer those skills across a whole range of organic materials. But I always remember that when I got the job, how my manager then said that they really liked employing people with a textile background because the skills and the understanding of materials and the problem-solving approaches that you need to take there can be transferred across a wide range of different types of materials, in fact.
I love the variety in my job. The museum has a really hugely varied collection of textiles, so no one day is the same when it comes to the actual conservation treatments. But we also have a really active programme of exhibitions, and they're constantly changing. I also work with a really great team of people, not just in conservation, but across the whole museum. So I'm involved with designers, exhibition managers and curators. So it makes it a really interesting job to come to do every day.
My position at National Museum of Scotland is really varied, very varied actually, which is fabulous, which is something that I had wanted in a career. Every day is just about completely different. So there'll be times where I'm just sitting at my workbench, stitching for hours on end, and then the next day I am installing an exhibition.
I fell into textile conservation really, but I think I found something that just works for me on all sorts of levels in terms of manual skills and intellectual abilities.
I knew that I really liked working with objects and working in museums, and how through objects you can really get a connection with the people who designed, made and used things and why they were important to them. So I really like that side. But I also like working with my hands, and so felt that something like a strictly academic research-based career wasn't really for me. I wanted something that was a bit more practical. And I also like the element of science in conservation. You need to understand what materials are, how they behave, how they might change over time, how they interact with each other. And so it's that balance between history, material culture, science, craft skills, all coming together that makes it such a varied and interesting job to have.
I really enjoy the hands-on practical side. I think that's really nice, working on lots of different objects and seeing things that other people have made, but things that we can then preserve for future generations.
I also enjoy being part of this profession because I think it's very supportive, it's very connected. Obviously, sometimes we have to compete with other studios for work, but generally it's very collaborative, very helpful. You feel that you are part of a community. I think it's also still small enough that the individual can make their mark. They can move the profession forward if they have an interesting idea of developing a line of research, developing a new technique, investigating a new material. So you feel that however long you've been in the profession, that you still have something to contribute, that you can still move it forward, it's still growing.